and welcome to Pluralsight Expert Access. My name is Faye Ellis and I'll be your host for this episode. If you're new to the series, this is where we gain access to some of the best minds in tech to hear how leaders are solving business challenges. And I'm really excited to chat with Sammy Cheung today, who is Principal Cloud Evangelist and Global Partner Alliance Manager at Eviden, formerly known as CloudReach. Sammy is a fully AWS certified gold jacket professional and a multi-cloud certified technologist. He's an IT leader with 30 years experience in various industries, including software development, systems architecture, and digital transformation. And Sammy has led and managed multiple million-dollar projects end-to-end and is passionate about multi-cloud, serverless, big data, and machine learning. Welcome, Sammy.
Hi, Faye. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited to talk to you. So my first question to you is, could you please describe your current role? Because sometimes these job titles can be a bit of a mystery to some of us.
Yes, sure. Especially in the cloud technologies, you say you are a cloud engineer can mean many things. So I'm a cloud evangelist of Eviden, which is formerly known as Atos or CloudReach. And my current title is AWS Global Partner Alliance Manager. Translate to plain English, I connect people with process and technology. So now go deep a little bit. So what do I do? I'm going to find what are the benefits of AWS or a cloud platform, and then translate to the solving business problem. And then the best part is because I have strong technical background, I can help business to use the best technology without upsetting the technical team on technology they cannot deliver. But just stop here. So thank you.
Awesome. So what exactly are you responsible for? You know, when you come in and work with customers on different projects, what are you actually responsible for helping them deliver?
Yes, thank you. So my primary responsibility is to help digital transformation for the businesses. And then, so for example, when someone say they have database issue, so how can I solve the problem? Because I know that the question is not database issue. The problem is maybe performance to getting the data. So that I will go easily to translate the business requirement and to something technically sound. And then not stop there, because being a technology I was in the past, sometimes I just find to pick the best technology as an engineer thing, but that may not necessarily solve. So that's what I'm saying, connect business and people. And so one of my focus right now doing is help business to move from on-premise to on-premise operation to using managed service on cloud provider. And we, Eviden, have something called Cloudize. Why is it important? Because tools will be able to capture data-driven information. So it's not what I think, it's what we capture the data. And then going to help people to get the full potential of cloud. And then most important thing is, in order to do the digital transformation, you need to connect to the cloud first. So that's one of my core job duty. But I'm not stopping there, because being a cloud evangelist, I'm not talking about just migration or modernization. There's a lot more we can talk, but basically, translation in layman's term is I'm the handyman to going to fix any single problem in your house with a group of engineers and business managers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess you've kind of become like that go-to person for cloud transformation.
Yeah, it's fun too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because things are changing in cloud all the time. So bearing that in mind, how did you actually get into technology, and what's it been like seeing cloud technology change and evolve and develop throughout your career?
Yeah, maybe I have to go back to the backstory. I actually do not want to be an engineer. I like to play video game. I want a gamer. But the long story short is I was planning to study EE. But then due to various reasons, I learned to computer science, because programming sounds like it's easy. I don't have to talk with people, by the way. And then later on, I find out that being a technology sometimes is not the best for get the full potential. And then that's when, about 10 years ago, I see the cloud potential, how cloud can transformation, not just the business, but more important, the person behind the business, means engineer, business manager. And then I find out that cloud technology enable people to learn something, not 4 years college, but maybe 4 weeks. You'll be able to produce value. And then cloud technology can have a storage solution. You don't have to spend weeks, months, can be like next minute. And I say, this is so cool, because what is technology? Technology is basically repeatable application of science to solve a business problem, and it's repeatable. And that's why I'm saying that cloud technology is one of the beautiful things. Now, the changes is one of the challenge in IT in general. I have seen in the past, anything you learn in a few years going to be outdated. Cloud technology is even worse. When I say worse, it's because the pace. Could be a few weeks, could be a few days, is already considered outdated. So is it good or bad? I actually think it's a good thing. Depends on how you respond to the change. Like for example, if you are going to walk to a destination, something called bicycle, are you going to learn to ride a bike? You can refuse to it. Later on, you have a vehicle. Later on, maybe have drone. Able to adapt and able to respond to the change, the cloud platform is going to bring you the best value. So you have to have the right attitude. That's what I'm saying. You need to be able to feel discomfort with something new, like learning cloud, using a cloud group, or going to move from data center to cloud. Those are important. You have the mindset. This technology can help you solve the problem with better return. So now, be brave, but be smart and learn and get there.
Amazing. I love that. Like that real attitude towards learning and being flexible and developing your skills as, as part of your career. So you're currently a champion AWS authorized instructor and you hold over 80 cloud certifications. Can you share a little bit about your experience with AWS cloud services and your journey to becoming an AWS certified cloud instructor?
Yes, so a little bit backstory quickly. When I started the cloud journey, I have two teams. That's probably about many years ago. And one is called the cloud team. The other is non-cloud team or the legacy team. You cannot get from the non-cloud team to the cloud team because they ask you what's S3, what's EC2. I have no clue, or do you have a work hands-on experience? So I feel like the industry back then when I worked is like isolate two teams. So. And then I say, I want to go to a company going to be focused on the future, cloud technology. So then I go in there and find out that so many things I don't know. Guess what I'm doing? Hire someone know. That's easy then to learn. But problem is like not that many people are qualified or certified or able to find them, offer them a job. So then I say, why not? I'm going to equip myself. And then when I start learning and I find out that it's not that scary. Learning cloud is actually a lot easier than get a 4-year college degree. And the best part, as soon as you learn S3, you can move some of your backup solution to S3 and save company money. And then you find out that why I'm not learning a little bit more. That's the behind the scene why I have so many certifications. Because I learned, after I learned, demonstrate I know. So if I demonstrate able to get a piece of paper, go for it. But it's not because that paper. How I become an instructor, this is another life-changing moment. I used to have I call the 3L theory. I learn, and then I'm going to leading. But typically I don't do the leading part. But being a cloud technologist, I find out one of the challenges is my team, they are very smart in maybe programming, but they are not understanding security to satisfy the overall business solution. So how can I help them is I learn how it works, I apply what it works, and I'm going to leading or teaching them. So I accidentally approached by an account manager. They say that, would you want to be an instructor? I say, you gotta be kidding. I'm going to talk in front of people. I don't know enough to tell them, which is wrong. I will correct it later why it's wrong mindset. So then I say, okay, let me learn. I spent 3 months prepare for the classes, and then I find out, cool, now I can teach my engineering team to do the work. I don't have to do it. If they know, I don't have to do it. But more than that, I want them to be the next gen teacher as well. But I find out that to be able to find ways to pass the information or the knowledge to the next generation of the learner is more than just read the PowerPoint. And I'm actually excited about it. I come up with story, I come up with ways to get them energized. And then I suddenly find out that, hey, I should learn more, I should teach more, and I should empower more. And how do I become a champion instructor? Basically means you do not just learn to be a teacher, able to teach one course, and you stop it. You have to continue to learn more and learn more when you are able to teach advanced classes and feel comfortable to get something in front of you short period of time to present that in a meaningful way. That energize me. So that's how I get in. And AWS service, it just make you even more meaningful. You teach something, you don't use it, what's the value? Like, remember I say beginning, you have to bring the value to the business. But now I can tell you what to do. This is what you work. This is a problem you solve. Now you have new service. I can teach you again, and then you can teach your manager or your team. So it's like triple win. So one of the best career-changing moments for me.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that story. So currently, you actually lead a team of engineers. How do you actually keep that team engaged and motivated to continuously update their skills?
I used to be, I think I can do things for free, and then find out that doesn't work. Always talk about value. Value not necessarily dollar sign means the money. Value can be you grow, you become stronger. Value become you happier. Value means provide incentive to them. And I'll give you a quick example. When I work for one former employer, I have the engineering team, I have the QA team, and I have the business team. I tell the engineering team, cloud technology have, for example, CloudTrail, CloudWatch can help you solve some problem. They are not interested. However, the QA team and the business team are actually interested. So I find out that the incentive is like, the QA team, now you know more about what the engineering team doing. So now they won't say you are just a QA. Business team, even better. You just know the business. You do not know technology. But they actually certify on the AWS Cloud Practitioner faster than my engineering team. Not saying my engineering team cannot get it. But what I'm saying is that when you be able to provide them the incentive and something they can get it, and also you yourself to do it. Like in my case, I find out that I can do a saving plan. I can shut down some instances, write some scripts, very simple script. I can save company 60% of the cloud spending. Suddenly my manager, who doesn't understand the cloud spending, will say, I like you save money. And everyone say, oh, I can be shine. That's what you want to, is not just talk about it, you actually want to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's kind of, in a way, putting yourself in their shoes and having some empathy and trying to figure out, okay, what's going to be the incentive and the value for this person in developing their skills. So Pluralsight published its 2023 State of Cloud report, which actually found that 50% of leaders do not use analytics to track their learning consumption and to monitor skills progression. So I'd be interested to understand, how does your organization approach learning and developing skills for your employees?
I have worked with multiple organizations. I do see a general trend in the past is like, it's a manager mandate, you have to go through the training, and it's more like it's not reward system, it's penalized system. You don't do this, you get penalized. You don't do this, like I say, incentive is like they self-drive them to go forward. So one of the things is like, gotta be data-driven, data analytic. You cannot just say, I think. Data can be the report right by the business manager, but that's biased. Why not we make it become, for example, in a Cloud Guru have a platform, you can see the learner, each engineer, how much time they study, what course study. This skill can help the organization to see the temperature. And in the past, I have to say, at least to say that, just throw them the free training, no one will do it. Throw them to get a certificate, they will be actually get bonus, help a little bit. But what is important is, trust me, most of the engineer, they are like team players. They love the whole team to win. They don't want to be the last person to not get certified. Problem is not certified. Problem is like, hey, I can learn this technology and you work this way. Once you're able to excite them to upskill for themselves when they are better engineer, guess what? Business success. And your workforce potential is defined by the ability to upskill and adapt. Quick things. If I still know how to use the WordPerfect 5.1, going to Shift F7 and do this, totally useless today, no matter how fast I want. But I'm able to learn using a Lambda function to do something today, and I can learn something new tomorrow. That is what your team going to be shine. That's what your business going to be shine. That's what I'm saying is like, just really approach is like they see that they are increase the value so that the organization get the value, or the leader going to be hit the target.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all about kind of identifying those skills and those technologies that are going to be really important within your business and getting your people to focus on that. So our Pluralsight 2023 State of Cloud report also revealed that 35% of organizations struggle to tie cloud skills to organizational outcomes or strategies. So how have you seen your organization benefit from having a highly trained workforce?
I work with engineers, so let's start with that one. Engineers, usually most of them are very good at certain areas. But they are usually, because they are so good at one area, for example, I talk to the DBA. DBA say, I know everything about database, but are you a front-end and developer? They are not. The front-end developer, I hate DBAs because they just keep saying, stop my changes. But what I find out that is a highly skilled engineer, they can actually lead the less experienced team member. When I say less experienced, doesn't mean the senior DBA is, how do I say, the senior DBA can be the less experienced front-end engineer. Be able to harmonize the two teams, which I have worked in the past because my career have been changing from system level to front end to business. I find out that is misunderstanding between the team. The security team is not stopping you to do the work. The security team protect the software to be secure so we can sell, company can make money, you get a bonus. Once you understand the logic behind and once you're able to work with the other team, you make their life easier, your application is secure, and then guess what? That's the value come here. So like the cloud skill side, we talk about security job zero. I can almost ask most engineer I know, unless it's ops side, they took the security on the bottom of the list. But that also can be on the business side. If the business don't focus on security, you cannot drive it. Strategy has to have the value that to push the engineer to learn that for the sake of their own career. And if they do, like I said earlier, they're not only going to learn, they're going to teach, they're going to share, and it's all about team.
Yep, absolutely. Love to hear it. All about the team. So in your opinion, when and why can certifications be beneficial or not to individuals? And do you think that certifications can be considered overrated? Or do they still have a place?
Oh, I can say that prior to I start my cloud journey, I do not like certification for two reasons. One is I'm do poorly because I don't know how to take the exam. Number two, I don't see the value. So if I still have that mindset, certification is overrated, it's a waste of time, you don't need it, I have been successful, which is a right justification, means you are a skillful engineer. But on the other hand, I'm not going to see a doctor have no cert, like proven by the medical board, he can operate on me. So the balance is not binary. You have to be certified, you're not certified. The question is, during certification journey, do you learn something that can be benefit you and the business? And if the answer is yes, hopefully yes, then certification itself is very good value added proposition for both the individual or for the organization. But there is something we need to watch out because one of the reasons I find out is many certifications no value. Just saying going to get a cloud practitioner, but if you are a PhD and then doing some kind of like electronic communication, it may not be relevant. So we all know SMART goal. You need to find the certification is a benefit, and as soon as you find out the benefit is not there, you make the decision not do it. Overrated? Yes. Sometimes some certification thing, you get that piece of paper, you're going to get a job. I said, no, I hire you as a hiring manager. I hire your ability, your potential to solve the business problem. With or without certification, I hire you if you're able to do that. Certification give me start a conversation, make my conversation easier because I already know you clear those concepts. I don't have to ask you again. I ask you more deep. Without that, how do you tell me you know the technology? You probably spend 5 minutes to explain that versus like one piece of paper. Then I can spend 5 minutes to understand your true potential. That's why engineer, most of them, I talk with them. Focus on what you can get from the learning journey, and the rest going to deliver the value once you're able to open the door with that piece of paper. Many times, organizations need that piece of paper to demonstrate to the customers. Don't think just you, sometimes engineers so self-centered. It's about the team, it's about the organization. Would you do a business with one organization with zero cert, even they have a very smart engineer, versus one that very smart engineer like you, and also have tons of certification to demonstrate. They're not only able to do the work, get the certification, and give you the confidence. Business win. That's what I'm saying. At the end, make business win.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a foot in the door and it shows that you understand the best practices, but they're not the be all and end all, are they? It's all about, delivering that business value.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for that. So lastly, I know that you are a big fan of running, and I noticed on your LinkedIn profile that you call yourself a Cloud Ultramarathon Pro. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I start my I start my marathon journey when I aware of that my physical body is deteriorating, sitting too long. So I start with say a little go. And long story short, I start running half marathon, full marathon, and then go ultra marathon. So when I was start my cloud journey, the same thing. I was scared to death. I'm not kidding. When I do my first AWS certification exam, I was almost a heart attack. Over exaggerate, but that's the feeling, because I think this thing is very difficult. But once you understand how you can do one step at a time, all the skill can be learned. And technology, by definition, is repeatable scientific application of scientific knowledge, which is not like art. You can try your best. You cannot be a good artist, but you can try your best. Almost everyone can be a good technologist because it's something repeatable. Why is it called Ultra Cloud? Because we do not set a goal. I'm going to get 10 certificates. I finish my journey. Learning is never end. Cloud computing is going to be evolve faster and faster. But when you get stronger, like right now, I can go out and run 6 miles, 10 miles, half marathon without too much trouble because I already do the ultra. So if everyone can change from the cloud practitioner to become pro, then the journey will only become more and more interesting. So one of the things I keep telling, you need to be fit physically, you need to fit mentally. And another thing is learning is a skill, physical, mental, whatever. Start your first step. First step, second step. Don't overthink the end point at this point, but you aim at that direction, which is learn cloud, going to start. And then I have seen so many my connection on LinkedIn, they actually from like not nobody and later become like I would consider superstars. So that's the mindset how you become a good technologist.
Amazing. I love that analogy between ultra marathons and continuous long-term learning. And I think, a career in IT, it's all about continuous learning. IT never stands still, never more than the present with, many things changing and a super exciting time to be in IT. Well, thank you so much, Sammy, for sharing your experience and your expertise and your words of wisdom today. For those of you watching, please check out the show notes to see the resources that we mentioned today. And we hope that you'll either follow, subscribe, or review this series and send us any feedback that you have on how we can improve the format for future episodes. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and thank you everyone for joining, and thank you, Sammy.
Thank you.